Good evening, everybody out there. We're down to just the two of us tonight at the moment. Dor is coming in later. I think he's doing something with Jake because they've got Sheffield Wednesday versus Nottingham Forest this week. So they're doing some sort of videos together at the moment. I know 18 Dapper is working tonight. We've got a couple of guest vloggers coming in. Let's go to the chat, see who we've got in first. Oh, we've got Lisa. Lisa's here. Maybe Lisa could join us tonight. Football time, Ginger is here.
Yeah, Lisa, come on. You're on decent form of late.
Let's put the link in the chat and then we can get anybody in. So just 1 second, and then we're going to talk about our week of football. Oh, Toon Army TV as well. Maybe get Sharky in as well. We'll put it all there. We'll put the link in there. So the link is in there, and we will show that on the screen. There we go. We need our background, don't we? Let's just have a quick. So, just obviously, I'm here with Ben from Cod's Vlogs, Fleetwood. Tell us about your week. You had a good win last Tuesday against some little poxy team down the road. We'll bring Sharky in. There we go. Mate, you all right?
Yeah, I was good.
Well,
Ben, I was good, mate.
I'm very good, mate.
That's a bit too much. We'll leave it like that for now. How are you, Sharky? We're just going to hear from Ben about his week of football. So it's been a good week.
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks. Not too bad.
Yep. I'll chat about yours in a minute, Sharky. We'll just do Ben. Can you hear me? Oh, I think he's got problems with his audio. You're okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just when someone joins, it goes darky for me for a few seconds, so then I can't hear. But then after about 40 seconds, it's okay.
Right. Okay.
So yeah. What did you ask me, mate?
How was your week of football? Tell us all about the week of football. It's been a good week for Fleetwood Town this week, hasn't it?
Yeah.
There's a little matter of the
so we played during a replay. And it was very interesting to see some of your comments, Lee, saying our first team beat your kids, which was an interesting comment considering we had 4 youth academy players under the age of 19 in. Our 3 centre-halves were the ages of 19, 20 and 21. Our wing-back was 18. Our other wing-back is a winger. And then we had a few players that haven't played much football of late.
I think you misquoted me there, though, Ben. What I did say was your penalty shootout was against our young.
Yeah, but that's
and you had your. You had a fantastic keeper, and who was your first choice keeper, but we had a young kid, and I didn't think he looked. I thought he looked beatable in that goal. I thought you could get something.
We had our third choice goalkeeper in goal at the moment because he's fallen out massively with Joey, and when Coleman does come back, it'll be our third choice goalkeeper again. I love him, but that's the nature of it now.
Right.
And we got a good win on penalties, so it's a draw. Holloway in the next round, so I think we'll be saying adios to that in January. But no, good win. And then we played Swindon, tough tie, 1-0, clean sheet. Our only shot on target.
Right.
But it was a good goal. We had some good chances, and I thought we were brilliant in defensively wise. And we're up to 9th now, 3 points off the playoffs. We go to Portsmouth tomorrow, one of the best sides in League One. Looking forward to it, and hopefully we get 6 points ahead of you.
Yes. Well, you got a chance. You've got back above us again. So below Ben, I've got Sharky from Toon Army TV. Tell us all about life in Newcastle, Sharky. How's it going there?
Well, we've won the last 2 games, which is, it's not been a convincing sort of performances, but we've just got the job done in the end. I mean, Crystal Palace. Right. I mean, we seem to hit teams at the right time, don't we? At the minute, Crystal Palace were playing okay before they played us. We beat them, and then West Brom, obviously they got hammered the game before, and then we beat them 2-1. But to be fair, like when I watched the game, I didn't think West Brom actually didn't play that bad. I think it's all down to the fact that we gave them possession. I think West Brom had like 60% possession, and that's shocking for us at home. But we've got clinical players, that can finish.
Yeah. So is life happy in Newcastle at the moment? Are you all, apart from Mike Ashley, you're all sort of pretty happy at the moment?
There? The league.
No, we need to be top of the league for that to happen in order to be happy. No, honestly, mid-table's probably where it's at. Steve Bruce, I am still Steve Bruce. I'm sick of this whole like style of football. But the bigger picture is always the ownership. But you know what? So far, so good. 2 wins, but we need to keep it going. We've got a tough game against Leeds on Wednesday night at Ellen Road. Always a tough place to go, isn't it? And then obviously you've got a winnable game against Fulham on Saturday. So we'll have got some winnable fixtures, and then around Christmas is where I'm not looking forward to it.
This is where they lose to Fulham, they lose to all the sides that are down there, and they go and beat Spurs, United, Chelsea.
Well, have you seen our run, Ben?
I'll be honest with you, Newcastle. If you're serious about staying up this year, finishing mid-table, you've got to be beating teams like Arsenal.
well, it's to say that we've got them in the FA Cup away from home, and then 2 weeks later we've got them again at the Emirates. So we've got them twice this week. Yeah,
but
to be honest with you, given the fact of how decent we've played the last couple of games, we still need to just keep going, because with the way the games are coming now, thick and fast. I mean, after Fulham, we've got Brentford in the cup, and that won't be an easy game because Brentford are doing all right. And after that, I think we've got something like Man City away on Boxing Day, Liverpool in 2 days' time after that on the 28th, followed by Leicester. So that's not looking good. But the way this season's been going for everyone, I think everyone's beatable, if I'm honest.
Do you think that's because there's no fans in the grounds? Do you think that's make it it's leveling? You go to United and you whatever. It's not like going to Old Trafford.
Yeah. From my understanding, I think you look at Fulham yesterday, and you could tell that they played so much better because they had the fans in, didn't they? I know Liverpool obviously weren't the best, but the fans make such a difference. For us, well, we'll find out if we're getting put in Tier 2 on Wednesday. That I'm hearing rumours that we could get put into Tier 2, but the way it's going at the minute with London going back into Tier 3, if that does happen, you do fear that we're going to get put back into Tier 3 again. So there's kind of no forward, is there? But all in all, like I'm happy with what's going on, but we need to just keep going and not take the foot off the gas. Otherwise, that's square one.
Yeah. Yeah. Underneath you, I've got Lisa from Derby Fan TV. Hello, Lisa. How's life in Derby? Has that takeover happened yet, Lisa?
As it echoes like.
Lisa, welcome to our world where you don't hear anything for ages and it just drags.
All as I can say is Rooney keeps on about, well, he's spoken to them. It's still going ahead, but I'll believe it when it happens. It was like tonight. It was asked tonight on his press preview, on his interview, and he sort of said, "Look, I know you know as much as me. It's still going ahead as far as he knows. They're planning for January transfer window with the takeover and without the takeover. So it's Derby County. You just expect the unexpected. What will be, will be. We've learned to live with that at the moment."
So where are you now in the league, Lisa? Where have you moved to?
We're we're same points as Forest. We're third from bottom, same points as Forest. I think they're above us on goal difference. We're unbeaten in 5. So the last 5 games we've been unbeaten. We've had the 3 clean sheets on the bounce, which is the first time we've done that for over 3 years. Wayne Rooney, since he's come in, hasn't lost a game. The only problem is with Christian Bielik's come back and his form has been phenomenal. Honestly, we're seeing the best of him, which has helped with the clean sheets. We just can't score goals, Lee. We're the worst. We've scored 8 goals, I think, all season. It's a worry. Our final third, we're creating chances, but we're just not scoring goals, which for Derby County is unbelievable when you look at the players we've got.
8 goals in how many 17 games?
I think
9 in 2.
I'm sure it's that,
and I
Ben,
still
honestly.
wasn't happy. Still wanted more. When Barton came out, right? Barton came out. We were 5-0 up against Plymouth, right? Because Ryan Lowe and Barton got the same agent, he goes, he didn't really want to go and hammer him 7 or 8-0. I do. I don't feel sorry for him. Sack him.
Yes, we certainly need to get somebody in January that can score goals. It's an area that we've been lacking creativity for a while. Even Rooney's come out and said that's priority in January. So he sees where the
Lisa, is there anything on Matty Longstaff at the minute? Because he's not really getting games for us. Is he going to go to Derby, do you reckon, on one?
I don't know. It's not an area that we need to strengthen, but I'd take him if I'm honest. But like I say, it's not priority, that position. We've got enough in that position to see us through. It's the forward line that needs improving. Of course, you've got to create the chances for the strikers, and we've not been doing that. as often as we should. Rooney's come in and he's shored up the defence with the last 3 clean sheets. We've now. I do think we're good enough to stay up. I think we've got enough in the squad to stay up. Even if we just stay up by the skin of our teeth this season, I'm not bothered as long as we stay up.
Right. Well, that's I suppose that's going to be the goal, really, isn't it? Just safety, really. I'll talk about our striking situation as well soon. But before I talk about my week, I'm going to go to Tyler Rowlinson, Charlton fan. Hiya, Tyler. Happy Charlton fan, I would think, coming back from the dead. Did you in the last game? Tell us all about it. I think it was a bit of a comeback kings with it or something.
Yes, you could say that. Absolute goal fest. It was quite an even affair. First 35 minutes, we eventually broke the deadlock. Great goal from Connor Washington. Really well taken goal. And then we were 2-1 down 5 minutes later. Former striker of ours, Joe Piggott, Youth Academy graduate, never really worked out for him. Bound to score against us, and he put in a brilliant finish. It was a great finish, to be fair. And then they scored a back post header, completely unmarked, free header. Can't be doing that, unacceptable. And we were thinking, oh, here we go again, behind at half time. This isn't going to work. And then last 26 minutes, we scored 4 and won 5-2. Absolutely mental second half performance. Falster-Kasky, Williams, Anike and Purrington got on the act with goals. It was absolutely mental, ridiculous comeback and massive turnaround from last week. To be honest, I wouldn't have expected this because we went 3-2 up, and I was thinking, okay, we're in the lead. It's a 1-goal lead. Bowyer's probably going to sit us back now, and we're going to defend this 1-goal lead. But he didn't, and he kept us relentlessly hitting Wimbledon's defence, and they were shot to bits by the end, and we just completely took advantage of that. And I really hope he keeps that going. And if he does keep that going, we'll be all right, and we'll keep going forward because, as I say, usually we'd go 1 goal up and then he would protect that, and usually we'd fall apart and draw or lose. But if we keep up that intensity that we showed against Wimbledon and score 5 goals, then we'll be looking all right.
Yeah, sounds like Steve Broussard.
It was quite a good weekend for you as well, with teams around you losing. Hull lost, didn't they? So how far are you now off top? How many points off top?
I think we're 4 points off top now. I think us, Hull and Lincoln have got games in hand. So yeah, we're doing well.
Can I ask you both? Can I ask you both because I know you like League One? Like obviously rival Sunderland. Obviously you've just appointed Lee Johnson. What do you think that'll do for them? Then do you think they'll be back in the sort of competition?
It's certainly an improvement from Phil Parkinson. Like Lee Johnson's got them planned that. I mean, you saw it over the weekend. They spanked Lincoln 4-0.
Yeah, like manager bound. Simple as that. I promise you now, he's a good manager, don't get me wrong, but Sunderland, they'll do what Sunderland do. They'll finish in League One. End of discussion.
It's just more of a laugh for me. It's just more of a laugh for me.
And when you come to Fleetwood, with their squad, Fleetwood got a good squad. Should be beating teams like Fleetwood. Pub teams like Fleetwood.
And they've got Will Brigg, Charlie Wyke and Danny Graham as their strikers.
Like that injects it into my veins. You know, my veins are more like there, but teams like Fleetwood, I hate.
I know. Unfortunately, we got beat by a pub team on last Tuesday in the Papa John's Trophy.
Who did you lose to, Ellie?
You should have seen his reaction, right? I don't care, but he was like, well, don't care. Well done, Fleetwood. Well done, all. Let's go. And normally did a little debrief after. 2 minutes debrief after the penalties. He went off.
Couldn't take that penalty shoot. It wasn't you. I was more disgusted with our penalties, to be honest. They were so poor. It was unbelievable. The one he saved, Lisa would have saved it, to be honest. He hit it about 1 mile an hour. A complete miskick into the keeper's arms. It was horrendous. He tried to shuffle around and cocked himself up.
What's happening with last year's final? Because didn't Portsmouth get in there with? I forgot who was it. Salford.
I think they're going to cancel it, mate. Now.
Wow, I'd be well good.
I don't think they played it, have they? They've not played that at all.
No. Unless they could, why can't they just play it at Wembley, just behind closed doors? Like have one final one weekend, then have the final the next weekend for like this season.
Yeah.
Just so Portsmouth and Salford aren't missed out.
I had tickets to that as well, so
that's what I'm saying. So fans can go in. If not, then that means both aren't missed now because it made it. Imagine like a club like Salford, fair enough. Okay, they're not. They've had obviously money injected into them, but like imagine what that would mean for like Salford though, who will probably never get there again. unless they've got another run.
Yeah, they've been there once in the history. Obviously, when they got there to the playoff final, but Portsmouth are making the second home, aren't they? They've been there twice in the last year. After this, they were there.
Well, this is more like of an EFL competition. Like for Salford, who haven't been in the Football League very long, they're not going to often get to the final. So if you take away what they've done, like to get into the Football League, they're not going to do it. So, like, yeah, you mentioned Portsmouth; they'll obviously do it. But for Salford, though, that must be a right kick in the teeth if that was to be cancelled.
Yeah.
Michael Haig is confirming there. Robinson, the worst penalty he's ever seen.
It was terrible. It was awful.
It was honestly, it was one of the worst. Honestly, you got to see it. It's just a joke. And then for us, just continuing on Saturday, we had we were playing at Oxford, but Oxford have kind of got it together a little bit recently, and they've got a little bit of form, even though they're quite low down. But we hit the woodwork twice, and should have won it really. But having said that, a great save from Maxwell at the end, gave us a point. It was like Gordon Banks material. It was an unbelievable save. I don't know how I actually saved it, to be honest. So at least we, in the end, we got a point. But we just need. We're a bit like you, Lisa. Really, we desperately need a striker. We're really desperately in need for a striker. And
you've got Cole. Your fans continue to tell me.
Yeah, but he's not even playing. I mean, he changed it all. He's dropped Yates onto the bench. We played a strange 4-1-4-1 formation, which was, I don't know. I just didn't get the formation, really, to be honest. But we played quite well, to be honest, apart from scoring a goal. And we had plenty of the ball. There was a few things. Kai slipped when he was just about to put it in. He slipped on his backside. And there was a back heel from CJ Hamilton that was about 6 inches, just too short. It would have been a great goal. But apart from that, we've got Hull on Tuesday, who the Cods battered.
Good side.
So it's going to be a tough one for us on Tuesday. So we're not looking forward to that.
But Lee, as proven on Saturday, they lost a Hull to Shrewsbury, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Exactly,
yes, absolutely can. Let's just go.
Well, we were robbed. If you ever get the opportunity, you want to have a look at the penalty that Derby should have been given on Saturday. It was the most stonewall penalty you'll ever see. The referee, so Lee Buchanan runs into the box, is clearly brought down. The referee immediately blows, go running over to the players. Lee gets up. He doesn't give a penalty. He doesn't book Lee Buchanan, but he gives a drop ball. So everyone's going, what the hell? What the hell's going on? Keith Hackett, if you remember Keith Hackett, the old Premier League manager, it was on Derby County Sports Talking tonight, so I was listening to it, and he was saying it's the most stonewall penalty he's ever seen. He can't understand why it wasn't given, and the only reason he gave a drop ball because he was too embarrassed. He had to do something because he'd made a massive mistake. I felt great, so we're robbed again by a referee.
Wow.
It's the standard of refereeing in the Championship this season is absolutely abysmal.
Lisa, honestly, the league that you're going to go into next year, League One.
Shut up, you. Watch it, you. Watch it, you.
To be fair, Lisa, that's why I don't miss the Championship.
I've got nobody to give abuse to for another 15 minutes.
Well, don't start on me. Don't start on me.
You guys think that your leagues are bad. Ours is really bad. There's been blatant decisions, and they give it the other way for a dive. Sometimes it's stupid.
Referees across the entire industry.
I need to introduce you. I've just brought into the channel Ben Brown. Evening, Ben. He's an Ebbsfleet. Mighty Ebbsfleet.
I saw that point.
And also Punjabi FC. Do you follow as well? And what's your Premier League team? You are
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal. 4 wins, 1 draw, 7 defeats.
Arteta out.
Right, so we'll just
to needing Southampton, to needing teams like Fulham, West Brom. Just like what?
Ben, don't worry. You're doing well.
Aren't you glad you came on the show tonight, Ben? You're getting abused. You haven't even managed to say anything yet. Right, come on, Ben. Tell us all about your channel and your football and everything else.
Yes, also I do non-league stuff and that. Arsenal, that was just not good. I don't want to talk about it really. I'll talk about Ebbsfleet instead. Lost 3-0 as well, so it wasn't. It was like it was going to get worse anyway. So, I think what was it? We was obviously off for like 2 weeks, and we had Chris Solly coming in, former Charlton player, but he didn't really play at all, and I don't think he actually might, because I feel like he's just doing there to go for fitness, and then he's going to go to a League 2 club, which in a way that's what he wants to do, but feels like it's just a bit of waste of money that if we're paying money for him, and he's just going to sit there not on the bench or not even play, and then just go to a league club.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think we did. I can't really make an excuse, but we did have the bit of the a bit of the 2 week lag, because we was obviously off for 2 weeks because of COVID, so we had to.
Are you playing games now, Ben? Are you actually?
Yeah, we're playing tomorrow. We got one on Saturday. I think it's a good old Saturday, Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard going, isn't it? It's pretty hard.
Reading, Bristol. Yeah, and to make it worse, we've got Benfica in the Europa League, so we'll be losing that quite badly. Because Benfica are a decent side.
Tell you what, we gave them a good game about 7 years ago, home and away. So anything can happen in the Europa League.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. Leicester could win it or something.
So I'm just looking in the comments. There's been a lot of going on about Celtic winning, apparently, and
they won a game.
Yeah, they won a game, and apparently they're all cheering the team or something. What's gone? They've gone from rioting to
it's a bit weird. It's just like one game can decide how they feel. Like, I remember we lost 3-0. I wasn't going out there, rioting and all that.
No,
no police were present over the weekend. Celtic actually won a game, so safe.
Well, to be fair, Ben, being Ebbsfleet and an Arsenal fan, you are used to losing, so it doesn't come quite as a shock to you.
To be fair, it does say something about Arsenal when we are somehow under Steve Bruce 4 points ahead of you. I mean, and we've got a game in hand.
Yeah, but it's teams like Arsenal, Sharky. You should be beating them.
Yeah, we should be beating teams like Arsenal now. Well, to be fair,
this season, right? At the start of the season, on this show, an Arsenal fan came at me and on my own show because I said Harry Kane was a much better striker. All Kane does is score tapping. And I said Kane's one of the best passers in the world.
Kane for me is better than Aubameyang, hands down.
At the moment, yeah.
9 goals, 10
definitely.
assists now. Aubameyang, 2 goals this season, 1 in the first game of the season, a penalty about 7 games ago, and 1 in his own net. So
yeah. Well, yeah, I'll take it. It gives him a confident boost to score, at least.
To be fair, I think Arsenal missed a trick, in the summer. You could have actually. I'm surprised you didn't go for Callum Wilson. Like, we gone for 20 million, and he scored 7 goals already. I mean, he's going to go on and score like 15, 20 plus.
Was he linked to Arsenal?
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't linked with Arsenal. I don't know who else he was linked with, but we got him for 20 million. I mean, that's a steal in my opinion. Like, Bournemouth went down. We got him for him, and he's a clinical striker. He's the sort of striker you need. He's a lack of a bit of experience.
There's a difference between staying up and good mid.
Yeah, without Callum Wilson's goals, for me, we'd be in the bottom 3 straight away.
The thing is, though, like for Arsenal, and this is like any tops or big club, signing Callum Wilson's kind of like not. Or if I was the club, it's not really what we would do.
Shall we move that around? Somebody say you got mums and dads on the top, kids on the bottom row. They're not kids. They're not.
It's just the way it's all been lined up. It's the way it's lined up.
Yeah.
You're not calling me Sharon Osbourne this week.
Yeah, just put me in the centre. You know what I mean? It's fine.
I'll put him on the kids' table. I'll put Sharky down.
By me. That's fine by me.
You've got Sharon Osbourne, Milky Bar Kid.
Christmas. Have you all got good games coming over Christmas? Coming up? What's your Christmas pictures like?
Let's have a look. Who got Arsenal? Arsenal got what's it called? Chelsea at some point.
Good luck with that.
Right, Southampton.
Yeah, we'll need it. We'll need it.
You sound like you never heard of Chelsea then, Benny. You sure? What's it called, Chelsea? Was it just hard to say the word?
About 2004.
No, I just don't like to hear the word.
No, they nicked our manager.
Did people say he's good?
Yeah, they nicked Frank Lampard off us, didn't they?
What's going on with Arteta then? Are you Arteta out like the rest of them, or are you going to give him a chance?
I don't know, because I feel bad if he leaves because he's an Arsenal legend. So
I don't think whoever goes in that club's in trouble anyway, in my opinion.
Yeah. Who can come in and do a job?
It's your owner. That's it. Like Özil's on like 300 grand a week, and he's not even like nowhere near the 25-man squad. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. He's got to go at least. And I think things might. It could be. We don't know what it is. It could be something unsettlement. It could be the Özil. It could be Aubameyang. Maybe players are like, oh, how come he's got loads more money and we don't? Could be
300 grand a week though, and he's not even playing. He's not even playing for Arsenal. That's ludicrous. Like I can't understand that.
It's just
Ryan
mental.
Dunbar is coming in. He's saying you're going to be playing the likes of Preston, Reading, and Bristol next season. Is it that bad at Arsenal? Do you think? Are you going down?
We'll be coming up and we'll be playing there next
year.
year.
Because you look at it and then you think, yeah, we could do, but
no, never in a month.
Arsenal not get relegated.
No.
Arsenal not go down.
Good God.
No.
How good would it be? I'd love it.
When was the last time that Arsenal weren't in the top flight?
They've never been the balls, been it?
I don't think Arsenal have never
Premier
been
League,
relegated.
guys.
Never.
Arsenal go down.
No, Everton haven't.
If Spurs win the league and Arsenal go down, I'd love a special episode, just me and you, Ben. That'd be wonderful.
To be fair, anyone could go down. I mean, we went down twice since the Premier League started. So, but I'm not saying Arsenal are going to go down. I'm just saying it can happen. Like surprises do happen. Like Leicester winning the league, for example. But I think Arsenal, if you have a bad season, you'll have something very similar to last season where you finish outside of Europe altogether. But this time, you probably won't get as lucky by winning the FA Cup, which gives you a European spot. Because if you hadn't have won that, you wouldn't have been in Europe. Is that sort of affecting you? Because you're actually doing all right in Europe. Is that affecting your Premier League form?
We're doing fine in Europe. It's the teams we're playing against. So offensive.
To be fair, I can relate. Under Alan Pardew, we got into the quarterfinals, then we finished like 16 but lost to Sunderland.
It can mess you about, can't it? If the European can take away. I mean, Blackpool actually, won the Anglo-Italian Cup, and they were in the League One then, and they got relegated that season as well. And that was the last time we were in.
Yeah, but you got screwed over in 10-11 season in the Premier League. I watched a lot of your games, and you got screwed over by the referees.
Yeah, absolutely. We should have been in Europe. Well, we did actually. Yeah, we did very much so.
Here comes a 15-minute rant from Lee, by the way.
No. I've said my piece on that. We were.
I'm just
saying. Really bad refereeing
Derby,
decisions on Blackpool. But
just saying.
they got rid of the Oyston.
Relegated. Derby in the Prem got relegated. Charlton in the Prem got relegated. Newcastle have been relegated. Arsenal, fair play.
Fleetwood have never been
relegated. See. Unlike you guys, we're a big club.
Somebody's saying no Door tonight. Door will be coming in later. He's doing a sort of a thing with Jake, isn't he? On his because they've got it's a Sheffield Wednesday Forest game. So
that's got 0-0 written all over it. I'm sorry to say, lads, that's got 0-0 written all over it. Two of the bottom sides.
I agree.
Do you know what I put that down as in a preview? A snowfest, because that's exactly what that's going to be. Snowfest.
I tell you what, these Forest fans are very quiet nowadays because they're absolute utter.
Hey, Lisa, you're on the up anyway, so just keep that spirit going, and they'll look it on.
Yeah, we're unbeaten in 5. They've not won. I think they've lost the last 6 or 7 on the back.
They've got 6 of the last 7, scored twice.
Good. Long may it continue.
Just keep getting draws. Just keep getting draws, and you'll be out of that relegation zone. Or if you're not out already.
Yeah, but you're better off losing a couple and winning one than keep getting draws, aren't you? But look, we're not getting beat, so it's good for confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
You know the undateables?
The on what?
Do you know the undateables where those two people meet and that guy goes, I think we're both autistic, aren't we? And they always make it going when two awful things play each other. That's all that those two things have got. I know it's horrible for me to say, but it's
the undateables.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
That's me and Door, undateables.
Oh, did they say
no, Lisa, cut yourself some slack. Door the last for the green.
What's this from Ryan Dunbar? He's saying Charlton in the Prem, Derby in the Prem, Newcastle in the Prem, Arsenal in the Prem. I must have Fleetwood's Prem season nappers. What does it mean? What does it mean?
Is he trying to say if Fleetwood could get into the Premier League?
I mean, he's trying. I'm not quite sure.
Or he's trying to say they've never been there. Oh, I don't know.
To be fair, anyone can get into the Premier League.
Josh Heaton's here. Josh, hello, Josh. He's
Stoke City. I'm just saying.
He's convinced Stoke are
going up. Good God.
Right.
Are they going up?
No, they were rubbish on Saturday.
No, I'm just saying.
Tell us about it.
The player he is, right? He's come back, been brilliant. Tom Edwards, brilliant player, will come back. Stoke will go up this year.
I'm not convinced. I'm not
not. Ben, I watched him on Saturday. I'm not convinced because Derby battered him the first half.
There's more chance of winning.
We were awful the other day, but we won 1-0. It's just about getting results. And playing Derby probably at the wrong time. They're a good side. They've got goals, got a good defence. And if you can keep clean sheets in the Championship, you'll go an awful long way. Stoke, top 6 minimum.
I've been to Stoke City away, and I tell you what it is. It's just the Britannia Stadium, whatever it's called. I'm just glad to see the back of them, personally.
The pitch.
I'm not being funny, Josh. That is an insult on Suter because he's much better than Maldini.
And by the way, we did actually win. We did win 1-0, but you get snow, you get wind, you get pretty much everything down at Stoke, and not for me.
It's cold at Stoke, isn't it? It's a cold stadium.
I went last year to Stoke, just over a year ago, and I felt sick in the concourse. I went to go and watch against Blackburn. Got rushed to A&E. I was that cold at the ground. I went on New Year's Day. I'll never forget it. I was there from 2 till 6:30 with my dad. I remember my dad about 2:30 going, "Where are you?" And literally, I got him to come and pick me up. He was not happy.
The funniest time down at Stoke, they start giving us the fingers, and then we beat them 1-0, and then Mark Hughes got the sack, and we just start giving them absolute jip. Mark Hughes was under pressure. He walked down the tunnel and was saying boo, and we were just sticking our fingers up at them and saying, "I hope yours. We beat you 1-0. There you go." I don't know what it is with it. I think it's just they were under pressure that season. I think they were just jipping every away support, and we were just like, yeah, okay, we'll get you back.
Josh Heath is saying that Harry Souttar is the Championship Maldini.
Better.
He is a cracking player, to be fair.
Yeah,
I'm quite surprised no one's actually picked up Nathan Collins yet, because he's actually pretty good, isn't he? Like, I'm not surprised. Like a mid-table, Premier League club, good.
But Steve Bruce will be on to that tonight then. Be on the phone, Ashley. No, we've got too many midfielders. That's a problem. We need to get rid of some players.
What have you thought of Jeff Hendrick?
Did you?
No, not for me. He's not for me. I don't know where he fits in our side, if I'm honest. I mean, he's an extra body. I mean, it's a free transfer, but
that's about it.
Yeah. For me, he just doesn't fit. He's not really. Yeah, he's not. Do you know what? You can have him back.
I think some fun
looking to offload midfielders. I mean, Charlton need a midfielder in January, so if you can loan us,
you can have him. Honestly, I'll flog him literally anywhere. Take him.
Give us Matty Longstaff. I'll take him.
You can take Matty if you offer the right money.
We've got
Probably a loan deal, knowing us.
For those fans of Souttar, I think Ben's post up there that he actually interviewed Souttar on his channel last season. Is that right, Ben?
Yeah, I interviewed him, Kenzie, Parkin, Chris Brown. I've interviewed loads. Got a few more I'm trying to do as well.
Joey Barton?
That'd be a cracking one.
That will be a watch. Being an ex Magpie, honestly, that would be such a watch.
I have been in contact with a few people to try and make it happen.
Make it happen, Ben. I know you can. Make it happen.
He's a good guy, great manager. But Stu was brilliant. He did an interview with me and actually asked me to come on and do some more, which I thought fair play to him. Do you know what I mean? And brilliant, and I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Door is here for those that have been waiting for Door. Should we just
God, don't get him on.
Here he is.
Do you want me to go out till you got 6 in?
Is
that easy?
For you, Sharky, we're all right with it. If you want to stay for a bit longer, you don't need to go. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
I was posting that comment up for Tyler saying you ain't getting a Rebo back.
Good player.
He made the wrong decision. He made the wrong choice. He should not have gone to Rangers. Made the wrong choice. I stand by that every day. Stand by it.
Why is Lisa on here?
Shut your face, you. Don't you start.
Door. I actually had a thought about you before. So what happened was, I was in a lift. So I pressed the button. I was thinking, those awkward moments in the lift. And the lift went going down. And I thought, it sounds a little bit like
I'm going. Bye. See you later.
Waiting to do that one.
So what? Come on, Door. You're on the show. Everybody's sticking it to Forest at the moment. What is going on at Forest? Still,
The shit.
Before you answer, Door.
Can you beat Sheffield Wednesday?
Door, you lost your first 6 games. Your manager out. You've lost 6 out of the last 7. You've only scored 2 goals.
Nah, it's not Chris Hughton's fault. It's not his fault.
Is Chris Hughton the right man for the job? Because he started okay, but only 12 points from 15 games. Is it time to go?
Sharky, they're all wanting him out. You should have seen social media after Saturday.
It's not,
it was hilarious.
To me, the problems are deeper than Chris Hughton, surely. I mean, anyone who would have walked in then, for me, they've got problems with the squad. There's rotation, obviously. You look at the ownership as well. there's bigger problems than Chris Hughton. I mean, like I say, anyone would have walked in there when Chris Hughton did it, and they would have. It's a height to nothing, really.
Has anyone read the Daniel Taylor from the Athletic?
No, what is it?
Go and read it then. That's what I'm going to say, sir. If you want to know, read it.
Are you now Chris Hughton now?
No.
I was going to say, because I think, I don't know, I mean, with the outside looking in, it's just, whatever manager goes in, it's an impossible task.
Right, let me put it straight, right. When Houghton was appointed as Forest manager, yes, it was a fantastic appointment. Everyone was buzzing. The whole fans thought, yes, we've got a fantastic manager that's got a fantastic record. The negatives. Everyone knows he doesn't play fantastic football. He plays like Limucci-esque football. And yes, we started okay. Was it 1 win, 4 draws? But then seven defeats in 6 and 2 goals. Do you really think that's acceptable?
No, is it fuck?
It's not.
I beg your pardon, Ben.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I apologise.
Was that fork? You dropped your fork. Was that your fork? Was that Ben? Your fork?
Yeah. I apologise anyone watching at home, but no, it's not acceptable. And you're not scoring goals. You're rolling over easy. The only one thing positive is you're not. Yeah, you can see them 2s and
We're not in wait. We're not in the bottom 3. That's the most important thing.
By goal difference. Hang on, Door. Come on.
Wow. Is there any games in the Championship midweek?
Yeah.
It'll all change then.
Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow.
It'll all change.
Can you beat them? And where is Jake tonight?
I don't know where he is. Because after this, I'm doing a preview with Sheffield Wednesday at 9:00. So.
Oh, it's his daughter's birthday.
Right. Well, I know Prime Ginger's asking to come in, so if you're going at 9, I'll let Prime come on because it gets too many.
Lee, I'll go now just to give someone else a chance.
Okay. Shock. Stay. Just stay.
Okay, I'll stay till 9:00.
Yeah, just stay till 9:00.
Stay till 9.
Yeah,
I like to give other people a chance, to not dominate the whole.
No, it's all right.
No, we've got Lisa here. She likes Dominic. She likes Dominic.
How do you know, Door? So who's you've been talking to?
Everyone. But yeah, we've got a massive game tomorrow against Sheffield Wednesday, and it's a relegation fight, isn't it?
I just think that's got 0-0 written all over it. I'm sorry, Door.
Yeah,
sorry, mate.
No one is. Sheffield Wednesday got a great record at Forest. And what's his name? Jordan Rhodes. He's not been playing for Sheffield Wednesday, and he'll score past Forest. He'll score another hat trick in the first half.
But what will Tony Pulis be going for though? A draw, won't he? It's Tony Pulis.
I don't know. I can see 0-0 as well, but
so can I.
But
I'm not even one of their fans.
It's going to be a mad one, but
or it's going to be a 1-0 either way. Someone's going to do something daft. It's going to be a pen or something.
So Forest will do something daft, but
Sharky, you should have seen the interview on East Midlands today. Joe Worrell. He says, we're not friends. The players aren't friends with each other. Isn't that really sad? I felt am I back on the school playground? We're not friends with fellas.
Lisa's loving this, aren't you, Lisa? You're loving this, aren't you, Lisa?
When is the go on, Ben?
Taylor can't score, can you, for Toffee right now? I know there's going to be a phase that way. Quite happy, but he can't score. All I hear you in your stream going, Taylor, come on, he's in. Taylor, miss. Come on, Taylor, come on, miss. Taylor, come on, get your goal, miss. Taylor.
I'm gonna go back to Tyler for a minute because Ryan's in the comments. I put it up before. Tyler's saying he made the wrong move going to Rangers, but Tyler's come back and said he's in the last 32 in the Europa League, could win the league, on for treble. And you're trying to tell him that he was better off staying at Charlton. You need to defend that against that. Speak of the devil.
Hello. Aribo going to Rangers. There was no way Aribo was going to stay at Charlton, but I think he should have gone to. Rangers, Scottish Premier League, Scottish Premier League and Europa League, Farmers League of Europe. I'd rather see him go to a Premier League side, like someone like Southampton or even Newcastle, rather than go.
To be fair, the SPL would make Jeff Hendrick look amazing.
Tyler,
Wait, anyone
he knows nothing about Scottish football. Please don't give me more ammunition.
I'm sorry, I stand by. I mean, I know Rangers have got a good manager, Stephen Gerrard. I know that was probably the major pull. But
the league's dog. The league is rubbish.
And you're playing against like
Sharky, don't say that, Sharky. Don't say that,
I think what you're
Sharky.
saying is it's not advancing his career, is it, going to Rangers? Is that the kind of point you're making? He should have gone
That's
to
the point I'm making.
stop?
As I say, he was never going to stay at Charlton, and he was always going to leave. I'd rather see him go to the Premier League than go to the SPL. That's
Can we stop talking about Scottish League because it's absolutely wank. So can we...
See, Dor agrees with me. See,
Hey, but just a question: how would this current Forest side do in the SPL?
We're walking.
You sure?
Listen, who's top of League 2? The team who's top of League 2? Does everyone know?
Newport.
Oh, watch it.
Newport.
Listen, if Newport was a Scottish League, they'll walk that league. Come on, it's rubbish.
I think they can't come first.
All right, Dor. So, right.
Oh God.
Rangers in the Europa League. Would Newport do that in the Europa League?
Oh, listen to me, and listen. I know you like Gogs and all that, but
I don't like Gogs. I do like Gogs. I don't like him. But
listen to me, my boy.
He doesn't like Rangers. So would Newport beat Galatasaray? Would Newport beat William?
Listen to me, if the Scottish teams, if the rest of the Scottish teams were played in League 2, they'd be rubbish, man.
Right, I feel like we've had this conversation to death that this league has no competition.
Exactly.
I get it, which I kind of get, but I understand what Tyler's saying, where he's saying he'd rather see him at a Premiership club to see what he could actually do. Against
decent opposition, it's like if you're playing. I know what you're saying. The sort of the other teams in the Scottish Premier League are not really as good as Celtic, are they? So he's not he's not playing his football against Arsenal, against Tottenham, against City, against United. You know what I mean?
Instead he's playing Dundee. Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's not testing you. It's not going to bring you on. It's a little bit like when you're a young kid and you get a chance to play like against a year above. And it kind of brings you on. You get hammered, hammered.
Precisely. How long ago was that for you?
I mean, bless him. He's like, I'm going to Ross County away.
55.
When dinosaurs roam the earth.
I mean, bless him. He'll be going to Ross County away.
I thought I'd just pop on. I'm going to do Door's preview in a minute.
I might have to tune in for that then.
And one of the things Wednesday got, it's going to be crap team versus crap team. So it's either going to be a high scoring game or a low scoring.
Can I just say it's got literally 0-0 written all over it, or a 1-0 either way. It's going to be for me. It's going to be basically I call it a ball fest or a snow fest, whatever you want to call it.
It's cold at the moment, so this game could actually give me a good night's sleep. But the problem we got, Tony Pulis at the end of our game turned around and said he never in his entire management career had the most disjointed group of players ever. And that coming from a manager really experienced, know what he's doing. But this isn't the first time a manager come out for Sheffield Wednesday saying there's something wrong in this club, because it happened with Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce said there's something toxic here. It happened with Monk. Monk said it's something in that club at the moment that's not right. I don't know if it's players. I don't know if it's something behind the team. Things. I kind of have the kind of thing. I want someone to do an athletic style article like Forest, so we know what it is.
They're not friends. That's what it is. They're not friends.
Wait, Lisa, hush your gums. Hush your gums, Lisa. Jake, have you read it, Jake? The
yeah, I've read it. Yeah.
Right. Tell these lads what was in that article, because
so basically in this article you've got it's CEO, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, the CEO.
The CEO is basically running things for McIntyre, but he's had an issue where he pissed off the council, where they had a blazing row in a restaurant where it was meant to be sorting out all their situations to do with their stadium getting redone. He then had situations where they go through members of staff like it's candy. Like their staff rotation, not just players. I mean, like backroom staff, like people in the office. All that thing.
Get my violins out.
Oh, here we go.
There isn't a thing there. But it's very interesting where you have the situation where their captain comes out and says they're not all friends, and that's important in a club. The club needs to have some bits where they're all friends.
I'm going to get my tissue.
For me, they can fight as much as they like. If they're crap tomorrow and we win, I couldn't give two shits.
Having
a crap. To quote
Try
Kevin
not
Keegan,
to
I'd
worry.
beat you
You'll
tomorrow.
go
I really would.
way.
I'd
You'll
absolutely
go
love
till
it.
you want.
But this is the situation we've got. Is if we win tomorrow, this will be the first time we're on positive numbers in terms of double figures for the season. So it's such an interesting game tomorrow. It's a must win for us.
Jake, all that matters, right? I'll be happy with a point. Derby losing and the bottom three. That's all it matters, isn't it, Lisa? That's all it matters. That's all it matters.
If we
it's
get
Jacob's of Posh Vlog's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday, Jacob, from us all.
Jacob.
Can I just mention the Sheffield United
people say,
Sheffield Wednesday game?
Got something for your birthday and Christmas. That's the worst thing when it's close to Christmas, but hopefully it's a great birthday tomorrow for you.
Well, I hope Peterborough lose because it'll do us a favour.
I was saying Forest and Sheffield Wednesday, it's basically two disjointed squads against each other.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's a situation where both teams don't have something that's great. We've got it at the minute. We've got a fan base where they're calling for Tony Pulis to leave after being 3 weeks in charge.
Wow.
That is no time at all to let him do anything. He's not done any recruitment. He's not got his right coaching staff in. And the problem we're going to have, and Forest and Derby to a point, is who will come to that kind of battle. What kind of, even if Derby get the money, which is a big if, you keep saying this takeover's happening. I haven't seen anything of it yet. I know the EFL are being the EFL and corrupt as fuck, but at the moment...
Well, you haven't been in the Premier League then because they're just as bad.
Yeah, exactly. But this is the thing that
can we say this on the channel?
Who's going to want to come to a relegation battle in January? And you might
can I say something, Jake? In our defence, joking apart,
you've got one. We don't. Neither does Forest.
I'm actually eating number par because
is the opinion of Jake. Just let me put that out there before we get lawsuits coming out.
I'm quite happy with Wayne Rooney at the moment. The football has improved massively under Rooney. We've had 3 clean sheets on the bounce.
To be fair, I'm not surprised. He started to. He really has started to show a bit of responsibility.
He just can't score goals.
The only issue I've got Wayne Rooney, it's Wayne Rooney. Just wait until the inevitable off the pitch thing happens, because it will.
Well, I mean, I'll put it out there. Andy Carroll is available if you need a striker.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't mind Andy Carroll at Blackpool.
That's what I'm saying. Again, like Jeff Hendrick.
Send it to
like Andy Carroll, Jeff Hendrick, they're all finished. You can take them. There's plenty of players at Oxford that are finished.
I'll probably set Jeff Hendricks.
Yeah, exactly.
He's always sick, isn't he? That's the only thing. But he was a great player in his day, Andy Carroll. Oh, my God.
Well, when you're getting paid 50, 60 grand a week at Newcastle and you're sitting on the bench, you're not bothered, are you?
No.
He's got a big head.
He was a great player, wasn't he, Andy Carroll?
Yeah, but that
he's a legend at Newcastle as well, wasn't he? He's a legend.
Well, he was before he left to Liverpool.
Yeah, that Liverpool move ruined it for me because he thought he was better than he was.
Well, to be fair, he didn't actually want to go to Liverpool. He said it. But the thing is, Mike Ashley, when I look back at it, 35 million quid. Okay, we got Cisse, Demabar. We had a good side, and we got Europe League, so it's not all that bad.
Nah, 35 million quid, decent for him.
Exactly.
But the Wednesday game tomorrow is going to be interesting. It's a big game for both clubs.
Massive game.
Both clubs need to win.
What time's the kick-off?
7:45, isn't it?
7:45.
Keep an eye on it.
How many points are you behind Forest?
We're now 7 points adrift at the bottom.
7 points adrift. Wow, it's good. And coming up to Christmas, that's a...
And this is the thing. This is meant to be Tony Pulis, the man who can get players going and get things going. He's already said he's going to have a mini clear out in January.
I think he has to. He's got no choice.
Yeah, he's got to have a minute. But Barry Adam,
Jake, if Jordan Rose plays for Sheffield Wednesday, he'll score 4.
He's getting like 5 minutes off the bench. If he gets a hat trick, in fact, no, I'm not going to say that. Actually, I've seen that happen once before. No, I'm going to keep my goals up on that one.
I've already said if we
don't be saying you'll run around the stadium naked.
No.
If we got this season, I'll get a someone can screenshot this. I don't care, but I've said it. I'll say it now. If we got this season, I'll get a tattoo of Joey Barton.
But the thing is, why can't people go? Why can't people go? Because it can happen.
Joey Barton, right there. On my arm there. We go up, Joey Barton. Tattoo, done.
Well, thankfully
Wow.
for
That's
you,
all
Ben.
tattooed on your bum, Ben.
Who brings this? Go away, Lisa. Go away, leave me alone.
You can tell the Forest fans very pissed off at like losing, and the Sheffield Wednesday fans really just doesn't.
Listen to me. I was so cheesed off when we conceded the second and third goal. Absolutely cheesed off, and I wasn't even bothered when Bowl scored. I was like, yeah, he scored.
Who did Forest play last?
Brentford.
Yeah.
Brentford are a decent side, though. We've got them in the cup, actually, and I don't know, I'm a bit, I wouldn't say
Couldn't
nervous,
beat us,
just like
Sharky,
on
they
it.
couldn't beat us.
Ivan Toney.
Ours is like it's Ivan Toney. I think he's going to come back and home. I've got a good feeling about it.
I have a point for him as well.
But also for us, it's huge because like we're in a quarter final and it could be like our first semi-final in like 15 years.
The problem we have, we played Barnsley at the weekend, and we went 1-0 up in the first 3 minutes, and then by half time we're 2-1 down.
They're improving though. Like under their manager, they seem to be improving.
Really something going. But our problem is we went 1-0 down, and our players immediately sat back and put everyone behind the ball.
Do you know who Barnsley remind me of? Is when we were in the Championship a few years back as Huddersfield. They could do something.
Can I just say, at the start of the season, when we talked about this on one of the first few episodes, right? And we all talked about dark horses.
Yeah.
I said,
in
that stream, Barnsley will get into the playoff. It
could happen.
Laugh.
Right, please don't, because that'll mean Leeds, Barnsley up, Sheffield United in Championship, and Sheffield Wednesday in League One at the rate going. I can't.
Forest, it's going to be Forest, Derby, and Sheffield Wednesday in League One.
I think it actually.
It will be.
I don't think so.
Like,
That'd
I'd
be
love
mad,
to play
wouldn't it?
Forest in a league fixture, but obviously when we go up and you go down, it won't be able to happen.
Wait, didn't Fleetwood play Forest?
At least be able to beat them. At least you won't have to work with Lee ever again.
We beat him 1-0, Sharky. You can't remember that, can you? We beat him 1-0.
Was it a cup game?
Yeah.
By the way, this cup game, Fleetwood made 10 changes.
We made 11.
Absolutely
we made 11.
dominated.
We made 11 changes. We made 11 changes.
Right?
We made 11 changes.
They had, right?
Man, we made 11 changes, man. We played a
Fighting Tom.
Right, we get that. Right, I'm not being funny. Samba turned into Man Lawyer that game. He was unbelievable. Because you're playing that Norwich on loan from City, and he came in and then he was in after that, but he was brilliant. Honestly, he was unbelievable that night. We probably should have won.
Yeah, we played a CT against Fleetwood, and it was easy. It was easier.
Now you had a
Lee, what's your thoughts on Blackpool? And are they starting to turn a corner a bit? Do you reckon they could go up the league? I know you had a bit of a slow start, didn't you, Lee?
I've got time.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we've
Good,
kind of.
clear off.
Yeah, we're starting to play like we thought we were going to play.
I'll see everyone soon.
See you later, man.
see
Take
you
it easy.
later.
See you later, Doc. See you later,
Best
Jake.
of luck. The two of
I
you
just want to mention Blackpool because I think he's sort of like when I've watched his, you haven't played that bad. I know you had a bit of a slow
we've
start.
kind of got it. Yeah, we just we should have won on Saturday. To be fair, really, it was just we hit the woodwork twice and it just wouldn't go in. But we need
League One is so tight this season, though. Anyone for me, I look at that table. Anyone could go up for me. Honestly, they could.
Yeah, absolutely, they could. It could be anybody's. But there's a few.
As long as it's not Sunderland.
They won.
They won, didn't they, on Saturday?
Do you know what it is? And I didn't have them favourites to go up. It's for me. It's something at the back of my head with Lee Johnson because he is a decent manager. I don't know. I'm surprised he's dropped at that level. He could. I know you say Ben like a new manager bounce. I'm a little bit fearful that they could actually go up, just given the fact that I know they beat Lincoln, but it could happen. League One's like one of them leagues where anyone could go up.
I don't fear anyone. I'll be honest with you.
They keep grinding out results, Fleetwood. To be honest, we think they just keep grinding them out and you keep going,
We've got to go on a run now, and I know we weren't getting there, and we went on a couple of things. Tomorrow's huge. If we can get a point tomorrow, win against Wigan, who are in form, by the way. They've won the last two. Obviously, they beat, I think they beat Accrington on Saturday, and they won the week before that as well. So they are on pretty good form of late. And then we've got Crewe, then we've got Doncaster, then we've got Ipswich. Ipswich, we should beat, in my opinion, because they've lost to every good team they've played. And if we are a good team, we've got to beat them. Doncaster, tough game. Hopefully get a win. Crewe, again, same kind of bracket. I put Doncaster in. And then Wigan and Port, if we get 4 out of them, get to 30 points. At the moment, I'm happy with 50% save. And I know
Ben, where's the game at tomorrow?
Put him.
Sorry, for Fleetwood, where he's playing. Is it Bratton?
Tomorrow? And I know you're going to call me negative, but with 26 points, all I think about is every season get to 52 points. That pretty much guarantees safety. And
sensible.
Then you
if you look at your stature of club as well, you've got to be sensible.
Yeah, you've got to be sensible. You've got to have that in mind. You've got to know where you've come from. But the first aim for teams that want to go is getting to over 50 points, because then you know you can build a platform then. And then after that, anything's a bonus.
It's the same as us, like on Dallin Porgy. Like, it's every season we've got to get over 40 points to stay in the Premier League. And then anything over that, you could try and maybe battle for Europe, but we know it's going to be tough.
That's what Southampton did last season. They got over 40 points. And then they started playing some nice football. And Houston knew, what a guy, what a manager.
Apparently he's meant to be going to Borussia Dortmund. He's meant to be leaving. That's what I've heard.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, well, Dortmund sacked the manager, didn't they, the other day?
Yeah.
Apparently, he's because obviously done such a good job at I forgot his previous club before he went to Southampton. But to be fair to him, since they lost 9-0, they've really picked up and they've went from strength to strength. I mean, Southampton it'd be good for them if they lose him, but if he's going to Dortmund, I mean, no disrespect to Southampton, but Dortmund are a bigger club. Like Champions League and whatnot. He'll want to be in there for like his CV to win trophies. You know, what can he do with Southampton? I mean, try and go for like the League Cup, FA Cup. It's difficult because everyone's battling for the same thing, aren't they?
Absolutely.
I think at Dortmund he's got a better chance of winning stuff. So if he goes there, I think, to be fair, that could be a good appointment for Dortmund.
It'll be a massive blow for Southampton, but I wouldn't blame him.
Definitely.
Massive, yeah.
Don't worry, man. Sam Aldes is always a call away.
Looking at Philip Cocu.
Yeah, Philip Cocu. You know, these managers, you know, they just bring them up.
Give them Colin Calderwood. He's been doing his job for the last 6 weeks.
Oh, is he the ex-coach in Newcastle as well?
No, he's the assistant manager at Blackpool, and he's basically doing Critchley's job right now.
Wait, Colin Calderwood. I'm sure he was our assisand. Yeah, I think he was.
Him in. I don't think he's doing his job, but he's brought him in. I mean, you know, a few Blackpool fans. There's a couple of Adam is saying that we're going up. Well, it all depends on the January transfer for me, but you know, it's better football than we've seen in years.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not being biased. Blackpool are a good side, and they will be up there. I've said that many times. Do Blackpool, in my opinion, have the top 3 squads in the league? I don't think so. I think Charlton are better. I think Portsmouth are better. I think Sunderland are better. I think Peterborough are better. I do think they are up there in the top 8 or 9. I think they're at the same level as us. And you beat us, fair play, I've said that. But I don't think that means you're better than us in any slight. It was a poor goalkeeping mistake that, you know, made it a 1-0. And it would have been 0-0 other than that.
You're easy. You'll
be up there.
Where is Blackpool?
I'm not biting.
The easy win. Jesus.
Where's Blackpool?
You'll be up there, but I don't think you're going to roll promotion. And if one of Medina or Yates gets injured, you look at Sarkic up front, and I think, you know, I think you'd try to get someone from Sunday League level than that. Sarkic, he's never a footballer.
Well, where's Blackpool in the league?
We are
10th, I think. 13th.
Oh, 13th.
There's a lot of football to be played, though. So much can change.
Yeah.
And it is tight. It's tight as well.
It feels like
last season we would have gone top of the league at Christmas if we'd have won any game over Christmas, but we played terrible. Hopefully this year.
You see, when I done my West Brom preview actually the other day, they were saying, Bilic is going to get the sack and whatnot. I goes, well, to be fair, don't sack him because so much can change in any league over like a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's so much football to be played. I don't think these owners realise that we're actually kind of a month behind, so you've still got games to play. So technically, like, this month is in the football in terms is actually still November.
Yeah, I suppose it is in many ways, isn't it? Yeah. Someone just asked Tyler a question. AGT, Tyler, who do you think Charlton link would join the January transfer, and who would you like to see come in? Can you answer that for us?
Question. I haven't seen us being linked with anyone yet, but I would say I think we need a striker in January. I think even though we got Connor Washington who's got 6 and we got Chuck Taniko who's got 5, I think we need a player who's going to like consistently score goals on a consistent basis. I think we need some speed in that team as well. We lack pace. as well since Alfie Doughty got injured. But I think we
Would
could
you
do
take Joe Pickett?
We could do with a winger, I think, and another midfielder, and a centre back as well, because our two first choice centre backs, Famaro and Innes, are injured for quite a long time, which is annoying. So yeah, I think we need four nicely, I think.
4 in January for you, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Ben? Well, we might as well ask you the same question. Who do you think? Where do you think to strengthen in January? Where would you like to see this team strengthen? And have you got any rumours? Do you know? Have you heard anything? Sorry, Cods first, and then we'll talk to you. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find a statistic of how many points we had this time last year. I'll come back with that one. But I think a bit of pace up front. I think Evans and Madden are good. Madden's one of the best strikers in League One, without a doubt. Evans is good, and you got young Harvey Saunders bursting on. I think maybe a little bit more pace, and I'd love another centre half. I'd love it if Everton could recall Gibson, because he's not getting games at Reading, and he was brilliant for us. He was outstanding. I've always said getting feelings for a lone player is worse than getting feelings for a bloody bird. Honestly, when they go back to the club, it's heartbreaking. But I'd like another centre back, a striker, and possibly a backup right back. But it's a long time to go yet. But hopefully we can carry on getting these points on the board, keep winning. The only problem with Fleetwood, we've lost too many games. I think we should draw. So if we can draw more games and lose, but win more games and draw, to get what I mean, we'll be okay.
James Longbottom saying he doesn't expect Barton to be at Fleetwood at the end of the season.
He'll stay Fleetwood. He's Fleetwood
through. Contract does run out.
He'll sign a new contract though, because there's something going on in Fleetwood, isn't there? I mean, every season there seems to be like progression.
Yeah, I get that.
Where would Barton go
plus,
to?
Plus, you got to remember as well, Fleetwood gave him a chance as well in management. When you think of Joey Barton's name, no one would have actually touched him. But to be fair to him, he's done all right. I don't know why Fleetwood wouldn't. Yeah,
so we done with Bowyer, gave him a shot.
Yeah, you've got to give these managers a chance.
I'll just ask the other Ben, but we'll ask on Arsenal, not on Ebbsfleet. But Arsenal, who do they need in? Who would you like in?
The thing is, sometimes we need players, but then I feel like use our youth a bit more as well. I think Maitland-Niles should play instead of Bellerin. We should have Tierney definitely. So Leno's all right. I would say Maitland-Niles at right back. I'd say Tierney at left back. We need someone with Gabriel. Either play Saliba a bit and see him get well, or we sign a centre back. But the thing is, though, who's really want to come to us and actually play? And that's where you look at someone maybe like Tarkowski or something. I know that's a bit. I don't think it really happened, but it would be a good signing. I think after that, when Parsley gets fit, that'd be fine. I do think we'd still need another centre mid next to him, maybe. So maybe we could get Isco on loan, because I think we was linked with him at some point. And then I think everyone says that we're all good on the wing. We're not. We need another winger. I think we need a world-class winger. We need someone like that Gnabry or something. So
you're not taking ASM.
We need some type of winger, and then I think up top, we just hope that Aubameyang's gonna change a little bit, and hopefully, maybe get back into
I'll go back to Callum Wilson. I know you say we wouldn't go for Callum Wilson, but if you could go back to it now, I think you may have actually gone in for Callum Wilson, because 20 million for me is a steal. I mean, that's the sort of prices that we pay for players. But he's a type of player I think for Arsenal could do a decent job, because you have got some decent players. Callum Wilson feeds off good players. You've got Aubameyang, you've got Lacazette. If Özil had played, for example, you would get the goals that you need to win you more games. I don't know. I mean, you talk about youth. I mean, I kind of agree with you there, because we also do the same thing. We've stopped sort of buying all these French players now, and we started recruiting from the youth. We've got the two long staffs, and we've got Dummett coming through, and we've got Anderson coming through in the next few months. So, yeah.
Remember, you got young Carl Dahl, who everyone raves about, but lad, he's only 30.
Yeah, exactly. Young Carl Dahl, yeah.
Same question to Lisa then. It all depends on who owns the club in January. If it's these billionaires, or who are you going for? Who would you like in with the billionaires, and who realistically in January would Derby like to sign? What do you need?
We definitely need a striker. Like Wayne Rooney said tonight on the radio. He's got a plan A, a takeover plan, and a non-takeover plan, depending on how much they've got to spend for this centre forward. And for me as well, and another good shout. It'd be a good shout for Arsenal, I think, as a centre back. But I'd love Tamori back at Derby. He's not getting in the Chelsea team. They've said they can go out on loan. I would, if we get the takeover, I'd be breaking the bank to buy Tamori, but I do think he's too good for the Championship. He'd be better off at a Premier League side.
Actually has been Lisa linked with us in the past week.
Has he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be a cracking signing. He's brilliant. He won our Player of the Season when he was on loan with us. I'd love him back at Derby. He's great. It's an area that we do need to strengthen because we've got, obviously, Matt Clark on loan again from Brighton. So if he goes back, we're going to be short in the centre-half position. So centre-half and a striker for me would be good.
And Sharky, who would you like to see coming in at Newcastle January?
Right. So we've got a couple linked. Sam Cosgrove he's from Aberdeen, £2 million.
We were after him last year.
Yeah, I think he got some 23, 24 goals last season for them. This season, I think he's only got 1 goal, but he's injury pro. I think he's had an injury. But he's been linked as sort of like a backup striker to the likes of Joe Linton and Callum Wilson because we're playing 2 up front. To be fair, I would take it because what you're losing out on in terms of if he doesn't play well, it's only for Premier League sides. It's a couple of £1 million you're going to lose. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather lose that than maybe 40 million quid. So that's him. And then the second one is Jethro Williams to come back. It's sort of competition for Jamal Lewis because Jamal Lewis has been a bit hit miss. He's been caught ball watching at times. He did it against West Brom for their goal. He did it in a previous couple of games. So yeah, I think so. Sam Cosgrove and Jethro would be the main 2 for us.
Right. Okay. Brilliant. A few people are saying now, Ryan saying when we put the link in the chat, he is ready for Tyler. He's ready. He's gonna sling it to you. We're past 9 o'clock now. So
I can go now.
You're going to go now.
Shocky, you stay. I'll shoot off, mate. So I'm going to go into the channel and give him some grief.
All right. Cheers, Lisa. Yeah.
Thanks
yes,
ever so much.
Lisa, you couldn't wait. You couldn't wait for that one, could you?
I'm going to put a link
See you
in
later.
to phone in. Let me just get this link in. And I think Football Prime Ginger wants to come in. I've said he can come in after 9 o'clock, so he can also defend the honour of Scotland, which is unfortunately sullied by Dor early on, saying that it was just.
Plug, guys. This is going to be a harmless plug. I'm very close to 5,800. So if anyone's not subscribed,
anybody got a plug?
I've got one. I've got one myself to do it.
I've got one somewhere. Oh, there we are.
Mine's plugged into my thing. I'm charging my phone.
Plug time. I'm close to 5,800. So if anyone could subscribe if you have it, that'd be amazing.
How many?
I bet it won't be long until you're on Fleetwood social media team. You'll be joining the crew.
Hopefully, mate, that's the dream.
You know what? On the theme of plugs, I'll get on it as well. I'm close to 2,700, so if I could get to that'd be sweet.
What, you close to 2007?
I'm close to 2,700.
All right.
So
do you not think it's been hard for a lot of YouTube channels to the fact we haven't been able to go to games because my channel my channel? I'll be honest, my channel's been downhill this past year, probably a bit longer because
I'm not getting sub in a week.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's down to the fact I work hard with the videos, but my channel does so well when I go to the ground, because I have to take my time to do match day experiences. People love it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we've all been struggling a bit.
I don't know what it is. I'm not a one, and I don't like it. And I'll do it because I have to do it. I don't like sitting in the house doing all these match previews and these reviews. I'd rather be at the ground doing it and obviously just taking in the experience. But if I could do a preview at the stadium or after review with the fans, that's what it's all about. Because my channel, yes, it's my channel, but for me, it's about the fans. It's about getting the fans as whole experiences as well as your own, so to speak. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Let's see who's coming. Is this? Oh, Ryan. Right. We'll just get Ryan in on the chat. Okay. Hi, Ryan.
Hello.
Hi. You're ready to sock it to Tyler, I do believe.
Good luck.
Because you're saying a repo was better at Charlton or at a Premier League club. Let's be honest. Charlton, we have played 3 of the clubs that have been in this FVP podcast. In the past, we've played Blackpool, we've played Derby, and we've played Sheffield Wednesday.
It's just
and beat them all.
Yeah, but Ryan, I think the point that Tyler was making, I will let him, defend that. But what he was saying is, if he'd have gone to a Premier League club, he would have been playing world-class players week in, week out, Saturday, Tuesday. When he goes to Scottish leagues, okay, you're playing in Europa League and all, but half the time you're playing teams like Motherwell, and it's not quite the same as playing United or City or Tottenham or Arsenal or all these other clubs. The players who are the best in the world want to be in the Premier League for that reason, and that's why he thinks he should have gone to the Premier League. Is that right, Tyler? Would you say that was your? That's
100% right. I think that, we gave Aribo an opportunity. We signed him from Staines Town, non-league, and I saw him play League One, and I think this kid's going to be special. And we gave him that chance, and he was unbelievable League One level. He was out of contract when we got promoted, and I'm thinking there's a slight chance he could stay, but he went. And I think he went to Rangers, and I was thinking, I instantly thought that's a bad move because, it's, as I say, SPL, like you said, playing against like Dundee, Motherwell, teams like that. Yeah, I would rather, but I think obviously a big pull probably would have been Steven Gerrard and European football. To be under the management of Steven Gerrard, and he's playing Europa League against the likes of, who did they play last season? Braga, wasn't it, from Portugal or something like that? And they've done well this season, granted. But for the player of Aribo's ability, I would rather see him play the likes of City, United, Arsenal, Tottenham, and have a pure test of what he can do. I don't think him playing in the SPL against the likes of Motherwell really will showcase what he can really do.
I'm going to give you a name, right? Who went from England to Scotland.
Yeah.
Freddie Lundberg went from Arsenal to Celtic and found it extremely, extremely difficult up here to hit the ground running. Joey Barton, there's another name, from Burnley to Rangers, found it extremely, extremely difficult. So team players that come up here and you think, they're going to stroll the league, and they don't. It's been proven.
But to defend Tyler though, you want to I agree with him. I'd rather go to the Premier League than the SPL because you want to go and push yourself in your career. You don't want to be known for playing in the SPL. I'm sorry, to our Rebo guy, but you want to have on your CV, I played in the Premier League in front of the best sides, against the better players, and actually try and win something. The SPL. I mean, let's be fair. I could walk in the SPL and win something.
I just think it's not only the players you're playing against; it's the players you're playing with. So if you go to United and you're playing, or City or Tottenham, and you're playing with these world-class players, if you're at Tottenham and you're, standing next to Harry Kane and playing with all these, the Tottenham players or whatever, it's a whole different level of football. We cannot compare the Scottish
Rangers are a huge club, but it's the standard of football just isn't there. Compared to the Premier League, there's a massive difference.
I will say about Rangers, there are good players there. Like I said, manager Steven Gerrard, and they've got Alfredo Morelos, Ryan Kent, Ioannis Hadji. They've got good players there, but it's just more so the players he's up against.
I agree. I'll give you another name quickly.
Go on.
That we've already mentioned tonight. Kieran Tierney went from Celtic. He could have went to a Reading, a Charlton, a Nottingham Forest, but no, he went from Celtic to Arsenal.
And
to push himself.
15th in the Premier League, staying up.
I know, but that's my point. Though. He went to Arsenal to go and push himself. He went from the SPL to Arsenal because he wants to prove what he can do. You know what I mean? I know Arsenal are not in the best position now, but I agree with Taylor that in a sense, I would rather go to the Premier League to play, against the better sides to push yourself. For your best you can be.
How is Aribo playing for Rangers? Good.
Aribo is killing it. He is killing it up there.
Yeah.
Aribo could potentially, when he leaves Rangers, go to an Arsenal, a Tottenham, a Liverpool, a Chelsea. He could leave Rangers and go to the Premier League. He
probably will if he's playing that well. Do you think you'll be able to hold on to him, Ryan? Do you think you've got any chance of holding on to him? Do you think people will be coming in for him?
It's no him I'm worried about.
Tavernier.
It's Tavernier.
Right back, he scored 17 goals this season.
He came through our academy. and he's done well. Ever since he left us, he's done well at Rangers.
What a goal yesterday. It was a brilliant free kick to the top corner from about 40 yards
and
out.
Apparently, I don't know what it is. Apparently, we actually want him back, but I don't know how true that is. But we'll wait and see in the January.
Apparently, Michael Hayes just posted breaking news. Blackpool FC are in for 2 forwards. The news hour break is Paul Mullen from Cambridge. Scored 14 goals already this season. That sounds quite exciting.
He's about 34, Paul Mullen.
Is he about 34?
And I don't think he's ever been out in the League 2. He was at Morecambe for ages.
Was he?
I'm not going to criticise any player over the age of 30 because Rondon coming in and done a fantastic job.
Before I go, Lee.
Yes.
You were talking about players to sign.
Yes.
You know how I was doing, as I say, I done a Football Manager save with Blackpool.
Oh yeah.
I would get a strike. Looking at the squad depth on that, I would get a striker in.
Yeah.
Because
we've only got 2 strikers really.
We've only got 2 pairs recognised strikers.
Yeah.
And
since we've lost Nangele and we've put Hardy's on loan at Plymouth for a year, isn't he? And we've got
Lee wants Andy Carroll.
Andy Carroll will do a good job, I think, at our team. You
can have him.
Kind of big, tall striker we need. You know what I mean? Because we missed that Nangele.
Lee, you can even have him on loan, but we'll help you out with the wages. We pay 50, you pay 50, or whatever way it works. It helps us out.
We could not afford.
Blackpool won't be able to afford that.
No. What we'll do is we'll let you have him like for the season, and we'll just sort the wages out.
Oh, Anna's there. We are. Just to let you know, Anne Walker has subscribed to your channel, Ben. So that's another subscriber closer to your.
Thanks, Anne. Really appreciate that.
How many on now? 5,000. What does that make it? 5,000.
I'll have a live check now, but I've hardly gone up any this week. YouTube, I tell you something. It's either really good, but it can really flatten you.
I try not to delve into the subscribers too much. I just make the content, put it up, and see what happens.
Scenes when Anna subscribed to Ben Brown. Oh no!
Yes. Also, Anna, subscribe to Ben Brown as well. He's empty. Just give him a little subscribe as well.
Sub to all of us, man. Why not?
Yeah, Tyler Rollinson, Toon Army TV.
Lee Charles TV.
Lee Charles TV. So we were going to talk about. I was going to talk a little bit about the Football Content Awards because 3 of us were in it, and none of us won our category, did we? But what did we think of the Football Content Awards?
It was good, but you knew pretty soon if you'd won it or not because you knew if you'd not got in touch with. I get they wanted to do an interview, but for me, I wouldn't have told anyone. I would have left the interviews and maybe.
It's not like the Oscars, is it? Where
and maybe because it just ruined it because you knew you knew if you'd won or not because if you I've not had a message, so I've not won. So I just think they should have left it. The 3 that won in my category, well deserved. Griffin, good vlogger. Becky Ward again, good vlogger. The only girl to represent. So fair play to her. And an Aston Villa vlogger. So little Fleetwood Town battling with Villa and Ipswich again. So I'll take it. And we all did well to get to the final, guys. So well done on that.
Do you know what, though? It could be a blessing in disguise for all the years because when you go back into stadiums and they start doing hosting it properly, you never know. You could be there live in front of an audience. You could win it. Do you know what I mean? It could be a better experience to win it next year than to win it this year with nobody. You just have to do an off-the-cuff interview.
You don't know you've won until they open the envelope. Napper's mum sent me a message. I think good luck for tonight. I said, I already know. Ben's told me I'm not won.
But what I'm saying is you want it to be what it was last year, where you can just go there and just they'll open it up and there you go. There's no made up interview before it's all started. Do you know what I mean? Because I must have watched it. I actually watched it in full, even though I wasn't voted for anything. I mean, I don't get voted for these stuff, but it wasn't great, to be honest. I mean, I would have been disappointed watching that because it's not the same, is it? You want to be there live, with all the other YouTubers.
The presenter after every, so he'd read out your name and you'd go say your name, then you'd go Thogden, my guy, and then you'd go someone else, and then you'd go and say Jamel Wants Sport, my guy, and then there's another one, my G, my brother. You're presenting, you know what I mean?
Be professional. Yeah.
Look, what I will say about the presenter, I'm happy he pronounced my name right.
I'll give him the Lincoln vlogger. He said something like Harry or Max.
Max LCFC, and it was a picture of a Leicester fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that one.
To be fair though, like for you all to have even been in there, like you've got to give yourselves like a massive pat on the back because you know you're competing with all other types of YouTubers. Like I'm not saying, I mean, I wasn't in it. I'm not so like fussed, but I think it's good for all of you to be in it. Like you know, that's a massive achievement.
Podcaster from who does Major League Soccer, Bundesliga, French.
He did get a lot of competition over there, though. The MLS and that. I know it's a bit of a
leagues. He did a bloody stupid podcast.
It's America, though. They get a lot of like coverage. If you're from there, you'll get a lot of coverage. Whereas like we don't really care too much about the MLS and Bundesliga as much.
No.
I just thought losing to a podcaster. I thought like the effort to make a podcast.
Lee, I honestly thought I thought you had it. I thought one of you two had it in the bag. I really did.
I know.
For new content creator.
I think in my category, the three winners were the ones who had the most subs. Like you had All Leeds TV, Lions TV, and Brummy Joe. Like all of them were miles above like Dor and me and Max.
I had a bit of an incident with Lions TV last year, so not a big fan of him. But the other two, very good. To answer your question from before, Lee, 230 away now. Again, the awards for me was just about getting there and meeting new people.
That's
for sure. Yeah.
And
that's right. I wanted to go to Tottenhm. I was not been. I want to go to that ground. I was so disappointed.
I'd have loved it meeting all of you lot of Tottenham, and then it would have been
it went to Crystal Palace.
I've got more trophies in Tottenham.
I was there.
How far are you away from
Lee, it went to Crystal Palace, so you didn't really lose out on much. I mean, come on, Crystal Palace.
It was going to be at Tottenham.
Oh no, that's not what I'm saying. It was at Tottenham. That would have been a good visit for you, but it went to Crystal Palace in the end. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that would have been the same, but it would have gone to Tottenham if it had been on. It was still.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you may have missed out this time round, but next year, you know what, you'll be in for it again. Like, it might be a different ground, but we'll be back to some sort of normality. So. Just because he's missed out now, not to say that you can't be in for a shout again. Just got to keep believing, keep doing what you're doing because you all do a great job. Every YouTuber works ever so hard.
I was looking forward to making a vlog. You know what I mean? I was looking forward to.
I was going to do the. I'm scared of heights, but I was going to.
Casey Neistat style.
I was going to do the skywalk as well.
Oh yeah.
How was that? Oh.
But Lee, though, you got to remember this whole stream for like the rewards. It's typical 2020, isn't it? I mean, not great.
Yeah.
Have you heard about Mark Wright as well? Mark Wright is signed for Crawley.
Has he?
From the only way he's Essex.
Yeah, that Mark Wright.
Yeah, the one who's like the luckiest guy in the world because he's like married to Michelle Keegan. That one. He's signed for Crawley today.
Has he?
Yeah. He's actually a decent footballer.
Decent footballer, yeah. I can imagine he is. Yeah. How old is he though? He must be getting on a bit now. He must be in his 30s, isn't he?
Yeah.
33.
If you're on the money he's on, though, you'll get straight in.
Aye. Absolutely. But been a good show tonight, lads. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it has. And I've actually survived a full show. I mean, that's a first.
That is very good for you, isn't it? That is really
it is.
Hang on, we got Sharky to come on.
I know, Ben, you asked.
And the Scottish fans haven't absolutely crucified me yet, so.
Good evening, Football Prime, Ginger, Celtic's #1 vlogger. How are you?
Very good. How are you as well?
We're all fine. What would you like to tell us about Celtic? Oh, we've lost.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. Oh, okay, he was here. We lost him. Let's see if he comes back. I don't know how we've lost him.
But I think someone was saying that earlier, Tyler. Someone was saying getting Joe Pigott in for Charlton. What would you say?
I don't think for him on a personal term he'd come back because the way that he left the club was controversial. He was out of contract when he left and he was released, but we didn't tell him that he was getting released. There was no email, so he basically just had to work out himself. Right, I'm gone. So, but he's gone to Wimbledon, 9 goals this season. Typically, he was going to score against us, like every former Charlton player always does, and bound to score against us. But I don't think for him on a personal term he'd come back, but I would take him back. I would, because I think he's a proven scorer at this level. He's done very well for himself, and I think under a manager like Bowyer, he'd improve. I was actually going to ask you, Ben, like more about the Chris Solly move. I was a bit like, like what? he's gone. I was expecting him to go to like maybe another League One club or League Two,
Yeah.
but Ebbsfleet are they National League South? Isn't
South,
it?
yeah. I was reading it, and because like first of all, I was like, League One player, nah, that's not. I don't think that's right. And I was like, okay, I was checking his age. He's 29, and he's already got 300 caps in the Football League. So I was like, okay, this must be a bit weird. So I had a read of it. And then it was saying that he's only coming here for like fitness, and he's just going to stay here until January and find like a League One, League Two club. So we could take him, but why do we need to pay money for him? Why can't he go to someone else and just, get fitness there, and then they can actually play there as well?
Yeah. Wait, Ben, didn't you say at Nappers? Didn't you say Fleetwood need a backup right back?
I think I'll be okay with Tom Edwards, just the one.
Because Chris Solly's available, you can have him.
Right. No thanks. But yeah.
You don't want him?
No, we don't.
I don't blame you, to be honest. I don't blame you.
No, but I've actually enjoyed tonight's show, getting closer to Christmas. I think we only got one left before Christmas.
Yeah, I think next week will be the last one before Christmas, because we probably all... Oh, hang on, Prime Ginger's finally arriving back. Let's just see if we can get him in whatever he was going to say. Because... Hi, are you there?
Right, sorry about that.
It's all right, we lost you.
So my question for today is, who do you think will win the Premier League?
Newcastle.
Ooh.
Right. Right.
No.
Right.
If you say Tottenham are going to win it, I am just going to.
No,
I'm just going to go into laughter.
Ben, let's just listen to me, right? Like, I know that the only league you're going to win is the top of the bottom six. So Spurs, right? In Kane and Son, they have two world-class players. Højbjerg and Sissoko protect that back four like crazy. The back four is solid. They've only conceded 10 goals all season in 12 games. They've got the best defence. I hear the defence is weak. They've got the best defensive record in the league. They've got good midfield options. They've got good attacking players. They've got Bale. They've got Lucas. They've got Lamella to come back. They've got Vinicius. And that is just behind the other two, right? And all I hear is Spursy. They've got under Jose Mourinho now. This is different. Liverpool don't look the same. Liverpool, you can get at them this year. Chelsea haven't beaten a team in the top 10 this year. Man United. City, again, don't look the same. They don't look to press the same. And then you look at Leicester. I don't think they'll be able to go the duration. Southampton, it won't be up there. Arsenal won't be up there. Spurs won't win in the Premier League.
I can agree with that. But
I have never been so sure in anything. Tottenham will win the Premier League this season.
Okay. Ben, I have to mention Crystal Palace. So you did let yourselves down, though. I mean, you did take the lead, but it's performances. It is good, but if we could go to Palace and win, you've got to be winning that game, though, Palace. You have to be winning that.
But you can't win. You cannot win every game, Sharky. That is.
But if you want to win the league, though, you have to. This is your big chance. That's the sort of game yesterday you should have won.
All right. Who do you think will win the league?
Who do I think will win the league? To be fair, I actually went Liverpool.
So, all right, then Liverpool went to Fulham and drew, lost 7-2 to Villa.
Oh, no, I know that, but they didn't lose many games. But what I'm not saying Tottenham can't win the league. What I'm saying is you went to Palace, you had the lead. If you're so sure of winning the league, then you've got to try and get something at Palace. You've got to at least try and win that game.
My thing here is other teams are doing it as well. Liverpool, again, they drew at Fulham, they lost to Villa. Leicester, they look okay.
Yeah, but do you know why this is? It's because the fans are back. Yeah. Fans are helping teams out.
That crowd.
It helped Palace out. Helped Fulham out. Who else did help out? Everton.
United won't win.
Do you think that's...
didn't win, but they still played amazing.
I think that's fair now as well, where fans are back at certain games, which probably would have gone the other way.
Only three,
but there won't be any more. London just gone into tier 3.
Yeah, Southampton, Brighton.
Yeah,
we may get a few thousand
in tier 3. Spurs, mate. That was Spurs were awful that game. They still won the group, and let's be honest, they won the group. Again, you don't have to win every Spurs. If you don't lose game, under Pochettino, Spurs would have lost that game yesterday. End of discussion. They should be beating Palace, don't get me wrong. But the top of the league, 25 points from 12 games.
And
You know,
I'm not saying you're not going to win the league. I think they've got a chance. I'm just saying you've just got to keep winning games. You know, don't drop some points.
Obviously, you've got to keep winning games, but
no, you really have at the top of the Premier League. You've got to just keep going and going.
If you say Spurs, dropping points to Palace isn't good enough.
You got to grind it out because those teams will grind it out to come back at you, won't they?
Yeah,
it happens every year.
Liverpool drew to Fulham, who are 10. Chelsea lost to Everton, right? Chelsea haven't beaten a side in the top 10 this season. They dropped points at West Brom, 3-3. I know they were 3-0 down.
Wasn't that the first time this season the whole top 6 didn't even win a game? Or did this didn't get 3 points? Yeah. That was mad, Mad.
But
Liam Barnett's just said, actually, by the way, it ain't half taking the mick that fans in London have been at matches in limited numbers and now they're back to no fans. I know it's down to tiers, but it just seems stupid. It's just...
Well, Lee, what's going on with the North then? Because we have obviously been in tier 3. Do you think we'll go in tier 2? Do you reckon? I mean, North East sounds like we could do.
Blackpool is really good apart from the town centre area of Blackpool, which is really bad. So I think we'll still be in tier 3.
I think we could be tier 2,
You might be, yeah.
Well, I might be. That's me predicting, but it looks good. It's dropping. But then I wouldn't be surprised if he just keeps the whole country in tier 3 through like the rest of the year. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Well, the numbers are going up dramatically in London, aren't they? But that's because people were travelling to London to actually party, weren't they? Because everything was open in London. People were travelling in to get to London, which is
silly,
another.
isn't it? Silly when you've done so much to get put into tier 2, then you go and do stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's the thing is that what I don't understand with the government, they talk about behaviour, but it's people. No one actually listens.
Yeah, like they say, oh, it's children's influence. We're at school.
Exactly.
It's a bit stupid. Like I had to get off COVID. Not one person in my schools had to come off because of me, and I've been next to people in school.
Oh, the kids, are you okay now, mate?
I am recovering until.
Did you have it? Did you have it?
Yeah. I didn't get
What's
tested,
it like?
What
was it like?
The first 2, I think it was a Monday. Yeah, Monday and Tuesday. You just felt like you had mucus at the top of your mouth, and you wanted to be sick all the time. But apart from that, it then got to like a bit of a cough. But then after now, it's just been all right. So now it's just more a bit of a
scary. That though, when it's coming in and doing stuff like that, that's scary.
But I think
there's a new strain of
COVID.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I don't know.
Sorry, Ginger, what did you say?
What's it like in Scotland? Because we don't seem to hear much from your government. Well, obviously it's different, isn't it? How is it bad there?
It's a difficult one because in Glasgow itself, it is very bad. I mean, we're in tier 4, but we've been put into tier 3 now. I don't live actually in Glasgow. I just live just outside. But even where I am, I've been told to stay in tier 3 when I'm not even in Glasgow. So it's just a shambles right now because people are saying that Nicola Sturgeon's been too overprotective. It really is a shambles. I mean,
do you not think this whole season's a write-off though? I mean, if you think about it, everyone got London got put in tier 2, fans are going back, and then all of a sudden London have got to get put back into tier 3. Just when you think there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel, and fans are going back, and you think, well, you could get maybe 6,000 up to 10,000, you can get more in. Do you not think we're going back to square one where the whole season could be like no fans? Do you know what I mean? It's a total write-off.
I think it will be no fans.
There is some fans at some clubs because even now in tier 3, you're allowed fans at some of the
grassroots.
No, below the Vanarama National League South, fans are allowed. So it depends. I think if you're in tier 2, you can have like 600 to 400. So we could say teams like Worthing. Who else would be up there? I'm not too sure. And then tier 4 and 5 would be about 300, and then I think below that's like 150. I think Punjab have only like 150. So for teams like in our league, because there's some big teams in our league, let's say Corinthians, Chatham Town, that get a good like 300, 400 fans.
I agree with that comment. I actually agree with that comment.
It's only because London's the main area where everyone does the shopping and that. So.
But the thing is, it's the capital, though. That's the thing is, it's going to have people there because people are going to travel and do what they need to do. And London's obviously the main attraction. I mean, come on, who's going to want to go to the North East for a holiday?
No, I mean that's it. I mean it's a big attraction to go to London, isn't it? I know. I've just seen little Matt talks footy high. Little Matt, he was asking. He wanted to ask you, Ben Coslogs, what position should Fleetwood strengthen? But we've already kind of done that earlier on the show, so you've probably missed that. But we've already gone through the strengthening. Where was it? Mainly left back.
No, left centre half and striker.
Left centre half and striker. There you go. Very quickly.
A few people said
North East should be in tier 2. Joseph Billingsley saying.
Well, my thing is, if we do get put in tier 2, I wouldn't be surprised. Then when it gets reviewed again after London gets put in tier 3, then we'll follow suit. It's going to be that whole the government don't know what they're actually doing, and I've said that right from the very get go. And you look back at it now and you think, is the tier system working? I don't think it is personally, but that's my opinion. But like I say, in terms of football, I don't think this season will have many fans in it. In terms of light at the end of the tunnel, it'll just be a few thousand, and then it'll be back to square one of no fans, then a few thousand, then no fans until they get on top of it.
I agree with you totally. I don't. In many ways, it's not fair. You know, when they keep playing some games with fans and then some without, because it kind of influences the game in a different way. Then you know, it's just I don't know. It's very weird. Just a quick question, a few last questions from AJT. Question for Tyler: will there be any Danish influence in January? Are you expecting any maybe players coming in from Denmark? Do you think that may happen?
Because our owner's Danish.
Is there a link there?
Yeah, I think. Well, to be fair, we were linked with a Danish striker in January. His name's Ronnie Schwartz. He plays for that Midtjylland's team that were in the Champions League. We tried to get him. He's actually been exempt from their team because I'm guessing he wanted to move, but deal fell through, unfortunately. So I wouldn't be surprised if we go in for him. The thing is, though, he's a bit of a poacher and a target man, when I think we need someone with a bit of pace to like build up, attack and play. But I mean, if he gets in the right place at the right time and he scores goals, then that's a bonus, because we need a goal scorer, someone to score on a consistent basis. But yeah, I mean,
I thought you looked very quick at Bloomfield Road, though, Charlton. I thought you looked quite pacey. You had that guy with the bandage on his head, didn't you?
Yeah, he's injured. He's injured.
Oh, yeah. He is
hey, Lee, talking to someone Danish who's unsettled at Inter Milan, what about Ericsson? I mean, just for a laugh, you know.
To be fair, it would not be surprised. Honestly, I keep hearing it. I am unsettled. I mean, you're talking about Danish players, so, you know, just a shout. I can see it coming, man. I think we're bound to get some Danish players in, with our owner being Danish. They're bound to be.
What position do you think Sunderland will finish this season in League One? Joseph Billingsley is asking. Well, it's a bit of a funny one, Sunderland, isn't it? They're kind of
underneath
down, aren't they? Really?
I think they'll get top underneath Johnson.
At the start of the season, I think I went 8th for 9th, but with Lee Johnson, I've got a funny feeling they'll be in the playoffs.
I put them 7th at the start of the season, but
I don't know. Again, he's a decent manager. To be fair, like I'm surprised, obviously, that he's dropped down. But I suppose I hate saying this as a Newcastle fan, but it's obviously Sunderland. It's the ground, isn't it? It's obviously the attraction.
Yeah.
There's no getting away from it, really. Obviously, Sunderland, for me, are probably one of the biggest clubs in that league. But it's a case of like, you know, if they're managing to attract Lee Johnson, then it says a lot about Sunderland, doesn't it? But then again, you can't obviously get away from the fact that League One is competitive. But I think if I'm to change my mind now, it'll be playoffs. But automatics could be. I mean, I don't know. It could be open, couldn't it, to anyone?
Yeah.
They really need promotion, Sunderland, don't they? You know, I mean,
big time.
The money wise, I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's
administration, I've heard about as well. I mean, apparently they could go to administration. How true that is, I don't know. I mean, they keep talking about this French owner coming in, but I mean, obviously, we've got a paper called The Chronicle, and we like to have a little dig at Sunderland, and we keep reading things about, they're getting this takeover, getting that takeover. Stuart Donald's leaving, but he's still there, and it's a mess, isn't it, really?
Is he still there?
Stuart Donald, he is. But the thing is, they've got a good manager, but if Stuart Donald, if he's there for the right reasons, then he should back them, shouldn't he, with some money in the January? If not, then he's got to leave. Then give the club over to someone else and give them some money to spend, so they can then, you know, get back into the Championship.
I wonder if they're still filming Sunderland Till I Die. Are they still doing that?
Sunderland Till I Cry? Sunderland Till I Cry?
I think they confirmed in the article after the second season they're not carrying it on, but they did say that they're considering doing it in the future. They said not right now, but they will do it again at some point.
It's a good show.
Salford releasing their next
Saturday. Ben, can I ask what's going on with Fleetwood? Yes.
Have you watched the Tottenham one with?
It's fantastic. Honestly, watch it.
Started watching
It's
the
brilliant.
first one, but then we haven't had time to watch any more. But we might try and get back into that because it did
Yeah,
look very, very good.
honestly, Mourinho as a manager, it's fantastic how the demanding of the players, and every little thing it's every little detail. He's a bit like Rafa in a sense, just analyzes literally anything, and if it doesn't work out, he's literally ham and tongues at them.
Yeah.
But Ben, what's going on with Fleetwood? I know Fleetwood were releasing some sort of documentary. Looked
No
quite
idea,
good.
mate. No idea.
There was like a little trailer on YouTube. But
there was. It looked quite good as well.
Yeah, it did.
No idea, mate. Wish I could tell you. No idea.
Tell you what,
I was really looking forward to watching it.
Documentary for Charlton for last year. Jesus Christ, our ownership was a mess.
Yeah, you had that Belgian guy in. He looked awful.
Yeah, and then we got the bloody Abu Dhabi ones, and they were just as worse.
Yeah. It was almost. Well, you almost went, didn't you? At one stage, it was close to.
I'm kind of glad though that Blackpool and Charlton have got like decent owners now. Well, from what I can see, like you can turn a corner because like. You never want to see any club like struggle with like ownership problems. You look at these like protests. I mean, we've had protests for years with Ashley, but we're in like a healthy position, or like we're Premier League. But if you're dropping down the leagues and nothing's happening, then obviously it gets into toxicity, and that's not what you want. But I look at Charlton, I look at Blackpool, and I think it's great, like to see is sort of turn the corner, like Portsmouth or another one, turn the corner.
Yeah.
Very rightly so.
Right, lads. We've gone way over. We've kept you all too long. To those that are watching, we will going to do one last show next week before Christmas. Then we're going to have a Christmas break, obviously, because we're all going to be pretty busy with vlogging and stuff, aren't we? Over Christmas, it's a busy period for football and stuff. So we'll
19th
catch you all in the new year and have a great Christmas, everybody. If you don't catch us next week, or if you're not on next week, but we'll see you all. So thank you very much to Tyler. Thanks, Sharky. Cheers, Prime Junior, for coming in, and Ben Brown. Fantastic tonight, really good.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Take care.
I really enjoyed tonight, man.
Watch what you're doing. Stay safe. Bye bye.
Yeah, that's
See you later.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Take care.
Go on, the Cards.